And welcome back to the show. Our buddy Joe Concha is off getting a nice suntan while getting in a few rounds of golf down in Florida. So, ably more than filling in is my friend Heather Hansen, Lisa Janovitz, and Betsy McCoy. And today, the New York Times did quite an article on possible Republican presidential contender Carly Fiorina. So, what did they say? If you are not familiar with Carly, she's a former business heavyweight who has run a number of tech companies. She was the first woman to run a publicly traded company when hired by Hewlett-Packard in 1999. Her tenure at HP didn't turn out exactly as she had hoped when she was unceremoniously canned in 2005 after a disastrous deal with Compaq Computers. Even though she flamed out at HP, it wasn't without its perks, as in a $21 million severance package. Way to go, Carly. Carly ran for Barbara Boxer's Senate seat, but lost by 10 points in 2010, advised the John McCain campaign, and now works with nonprofits. Her campaign strategy is clear. Go after Hillary Clinton and go after her hard. Here she is at CPAC. That was an interesting.
Like Mrs. Clinton, I too have traveled the globe. Unlike Mrs. Clinton, I know that flying is an activity, not an accomplishment. I have met Vladimir Putin, and I know that his ambition will not be deterred by a gimmicky red reset button. Mrs. Clinton, please name an accomplishment.
Harsh. So today is a perfect day to discuss Carly. I'm surrounded by extremely bright, accomplished women, including Heather Hansen, who has gone to bat for Miss Fiorina a number of times on this program. Heather, what have you got to say?
The thing is, I'm not necessarily going to bat for her, but I do think it helps to have a woman take on a woman. Because men don't always know how to attack women as well as women do. And she does it well, and she has done it well. I do think she has some things to overcome. I disagree with you. I think they had some good quarters at Compaq, at H&P after that merger.
A couple good quarters does not a successful run make.
But a lot of businessmen say that that shook up the company in such a way that the next CEO was able to make it succeed. But take that away. I think her problems are more with similar optics to the Clintons, in that she bought a private jet while the company wasn't doing all that well. She gave herself a raise while the company wasn't doing all that well. However, her charisma far exceeds Hillary's, far exceeds it.
Betsy McCoy.
She is getting a lot of attention now because she's spending a lot of money. I think other more qualified women will jump into this race. Some will be familiar names like Susana Martinez and Nikki Haley, perhaps.
In the presidential race or as vice presidential
mixing
candidates?
to be part of the winning GOP team.
Right.
And you'll probably even see some less familiar, more surprising names. But the key here is this, and I haven't heard this from Carly, which is why I'm raising it. The candidates must be deeply and importantly committed to upholding the Constitution, because that's the crisis we're facing. I don't hear that from her. She is attacking Hillary, but I want to hear a candidate who knows the Constitution inside and out and really will swear to uphold it.
Interesting. Lisa, can you get behind Carly Fiorina?
Actually, yes, because she's filling a space that's she's a female conservative, and so she's standing out right now, and she makes some very good articulate points about Hillary Clinton. However, in addition to attacking Hillary, she needs to define herself as well.
But
it can't only be about attacking Hillary.
But as Betsy points out, there are other female conservatives who might be able to fill that space better, Heather.
She's really good, and she has a lot to promote herself. You know, she survived stage 2 breast cancer. She lost
It's not a criteria to be president.
No, but it is something to connect with the voter, and that is something that also makes her stand out. Anyone who's a survivor, people can connect to. She also started off, she got a degree in medieval history. She then went on to be a full-time receptionist at a hair salon, dropped out of law school, and then went on to run this company.
I'm glad her hair will always look good. But I do think she needs to demonstrate, and I'm not saying she doesn't have it, but so far I have not seen her demonstrate a thorough knowledge of the American economy or health care or the Constitution or foreign policy.
Who's the better candidate, her or Scott Walker?
Scott Walker.
You all agree with that? Okay.
Scott Walker.
He's an executive.
Who's the better candidate, Scott Walker, Carly, or Jeb Bush?
Jeb Bush.
Scott Walker.
Scott Walker.
You know, but
One Jeb Bush, two Scott Walkers. Okay.
Scott Walker is growing on me. Did you see that in Wisconsin he sat down with the heads of the Boys and Girls
Yes.
Club to talk about
Yes,
the
I
protests?
did.
I mean, he really is doing a lot of things right, and in contrast to a lot of other people who are doing a lot of things wrong.
He's
So-
growing
Jeb
on me
Bush-
too,
Jeb
like a
Bush-
knot on my neck that I can't get
The
off.
GOP has a very impressive bench this time,
That's true.
including
That's
several very successful governors, several very articulate and knowledgeable senators. We've got a lot to choose from.
Actually, even I agree with that. I actually think the GOP has a much deeper bench this year
More than the
Deeper.
Democrats.
than the Democrats.
have
Democrats
nobody.
have one
Democrats.
They
candidate.
got Hillary.
They're looking for somebody.
All right, that's enough of me trashing my own party. Coming up next, it's potluck time. This is the Daily Wrap, only here on Newsmax TV.